So then, what's left to do is to get the bracket put on here for the shift lever, and then we'll hook up the shift linkage and make sure everything works there. Drive shafts are in, transfer case is in, and I got to turn off the camera now because I'm losing daylight, and I got to get everything ready to turn the camera back on again. But for you, it's in 3, 2, 1. Presto, changeo! The rain has stopped, the grass has turned brown, and it's now August, whereas it was January when I said 3, 2, 1 the last time. So with our pin that Tony fixed for us, I'm going to go in here, our linkage. Oh, this is what we want to check. That's acceptable. Now we can start getting this back together. So, back to our transfer case. Let's go to neutral, shall we? We're in neutral. So, if we go back, that's low range. If we go forward, that's high range. So, in order to go forward, we have to go back. You do understand that, don't you? So, if we go back 1, that is 2-wheel high range. If we go back again, that is 4-wheel high range. So that puts us back in 2-wheel, that puts us back in neutral. Forward again, puts us in 2-wheel drive, low range. Back forward again. Come on, you. That puts us in 4-wheel drive, low range. So, into neutral again. So there, I had to wait 7 months just to do that. Oh well. So now this all comes back apart again. Got to sandblast the linkage rod, the shifter, paint it, lube everything up. And now this is rusty, so that's got to come apart and get painted. Then I got to do that on my own time. So it took me 7 months to conclude this episode. So for Redneck Restorations, this old truck, Operation Old Granddad, Operation Crusty Tuck / Old Granddad, I'm Jeff Bradshaw. But wait, there's more! I forgot this thing's all bent up. It's gotta be fixed. I'm gonna fix it. I don't know if you can tell this or not, but it's got quite a warp and bobbly to it. And it's not just the big bow. This thing has been bent and straightened. And when they did, like right here, it actually goes this way and that way. So I may end up using heat. I don't want to, but I will if I have to. And the other thing is that supposed to be 90 or is that supposed to be canted up? I don't know. And the other thing is, if you look at it this way, it's definitely way out. Way out. So it's got to go that way, and it's got to go that way for the straightening procedure. Can't be too sissified with it when you do this kind of stuff. Boy, what a mess. You can see the 2 high spots. One here, one here. Yeah, I didn't think it would want to cooperate. Oh, that's perfect. Just shattered the end right off of it. And where did it go? I have no idea. Well, be that as it may, it's still going to be in the same spot where it is when I go to look for it. That's straight again, except for this little issue of this and this not being parallel. I think I can do that in the bench vise. Now I got to find this little nib nub. Just great. Hey, you didn't know it was going to do it either. And we want that parallel with the bottom portion. That's still going to. It already did. I'm going to bend it where I don't want it to bend. So what it's doing is bending it right here. I want this to twist. So all that straightening I did is of no consequence now, because this bar doesn't fit it perfectly, which means I'm using that as a fulcrum and it's pushing against here, so it wants to bend wherever that is. Now I gotta bend it back. Like that. Heat is our friend. Fuel first. Oxygen. Earplugs. Now, I could just heat one spot and twist it there, but I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna heat this whole thing, so therefore the twist isn't extreme in any one area. Like I say, I don't know if it's supposed to be this way or not. But when I'm done, it's gonna be that way. The other thing it wants to do is it just wants to bend over instead of twisting. Call that good. Time to chill out. I suppose I should measure my broken piece. A little over 3/4 of an inch and a little less than 3/4 of an inch, so it's 1 inch sticks up out of there. Let's check it this way. Yep, 1 inch. So, being cool to the touch, we cut. Now, how do you find the center of that shaft? It ain't easy, but we're going to try it. Since I happen to have my calipers right here. So you take your calipers and measure the shaft. 620 thousandths. So if we go to 310, lock it in, and I put 1 point on here, I take the other point and use it to gouge into the rod. Then I come over here and I do it the other way. I will have intersecting lines. So then, the next thing we do is the most difficult part, and that is trying to get the point of this punch to line up exactly on the center of that thing, of our intersecting lines. Because you know you never get it right the first time, right? So you don't want to stay there. Well, that's slippery. And yes, I know this is a claw hammer, but even better than that, it's got a pipe for a handle. And it's not even welded, it's just smashed in there. Well, maybe it's welded in the top, but for those of you ball peen fiends, I thought that might happen. All we need is a dent. We have a dent. A dimple, if you will. Now, my tap is not going to make full thread until 1/2 inch. And I want 1/2 inch of threads. So I need to go a little bit longer, a little bit deeper than 1 inch on my drill bit, which is going to be about right there. Yes, I know I can use tape. I know that. I know that. I also know that black is difficult to see on a black drill bit. But wobulates nicely, doesn't it? It's auction stuff, you know. Now, where was this? I had it all lined up, but I didn't tighten my table down. I don't think any of the show judges are going to go take a tape measure to the shifter. Why? What do you know? It moves it. Good thing I got this. Of course, it depends on where the chuck is when to determine the center. Huh? We'll call that center. So we're chucked up and clamped down. We need 3125 for our drill bit size, which is a P. Oh, no, which is an O, but this is a P because I don't know where my O is. Oh well. And you know those Novena candles? They gotta be good for something, right? You know, I looked up drill wax on the internet and I can't find any. It doesn't even come back as a return. We used it all the time in the bus plant. It's my favorite. So, we'll drill our pilot. And then we're going to drill a little bit more than 1 inch deep. And then we're going to tap it. And then we're going to find a 3/8 grade 8 bolt. Ready? Go. Isn't that lovely? Precision machine work. Now it's way up already. Well, you know what it did? I've got my vise here. It moved. If you tighten the vise down, that's what it does. Great. Just great. Shimming. Okay, so what I've done is changed the speeds on the drill press, and then I took this great big drill bit and I went down nice and slow and easy and at very high speed and recentered that hole, or that dimple. And rather than do the pilot, I'm just going to plow through with the 3125, excuse me. Then we'll do the tap. Ready? Go. Wait. We'll go get. I want to sling some more wax on the floor. It helps, it really does. I know, use cutting oil, but I don't have any. Marvel Mystery Oil to the rescue! Where is it? slow my speed down. Oh, I didn't mark this drill bit. That'll be good enough. Alright, I'm going to change the speed on the drill press. And away we go. One of these days I'm going to find that noise. Quality! Quality! I've looked all over this thing. I cannot find any way to adjust the tension between the idler and the drill shaft. I can't find it, but I'm going to have to. Well, that's what's making all the noise too. But I don't feel and I don't see any adjustment for it whatsoever. Well, I guess that's the way it's supposed to work is you just beat on the little bracket here till it pushes it back far enough, and then you have to undo your motor adjustment there to take up the slack back there, and then that just holds it in place, I guess. I don't know. Not the way I would have done it. Quality. Quality. That'll do, pig. Gear lube. Not just any gear lube. Old gear lube. Was that the tap breaking? No. Seems awfully tight. Oh, that ain't right. I have a tap index. It says 3/8/16. Use a 3125, which is a 5/16 drill bit. So, which is an O in the letter range. And I had a P, because I don't know where my O is. Well, a P is larger than an O. And it was 3120. Don't tell me I'm going to have to run something down through there again. Because that is tight. Great. Just great. So we'll try a tap with a longer taper. A little bit of got my Batman camera angle going there. Oh, come on now. Is this or is this not a 3/8/16? 3/8/16 in America. It's just not making sense. chip a tooth. That's on the back side. Not the leading side. It's the stick. I've never seen nothing like this before in my life. I think this is down to the bottom. 5 threads down. Yep, that's my 1-inch deep hole, so I should have at least a 1/2 inch clean threads. Let's get a 3/8 bolt and see how far it goes. Yep, goes down good 3/4 of an inch. That'll do, pig. Okay, so now I need to find me a grade 8 bolt. It's got 2 inches of threads on it. It's a nice case hardened bolt with not enough threads. I might be hard pressed to find 2 inches of thread. I may end up having to get a stud. Oh well, that's a trip to town, which I'm not going to do right now. So, will I ever get it handled? Well, you'll find out come the episode where we install this handle. But it's fixed. So a little sandblast and clean up and paint, and we're good to go. But you won't see that until the episode when we install this thing. And until then, well, Redneck Restorations. This old truck and old granddad, which used to be Operation Crusty truck. I'm Jeff Bradshaw. In 3, 2, 1. It's August 3rd. The rain has stopped. The grass has turned brown. And I'm finally getting back on this thing. So, here's our pin Tony fixed for us. That's going to go in here. If I had a shifter, where'd I put it down? Let's do it again. In 3, 2, 1. Our shifter's fixed. For all intents and purposes. So now it's clean up, sandblast, and paint. And for Redneck Restorations. This old truck, Operation Crusty Tug / Better make sure my 620 is 620. Yeah, close enough. For the 310, lock it down. Put 1 edge on there. So for Redneck Restorations, this old truck. What's the name of this thing? Am I gonna find one? I don't think so. In this drawer. But anyway, it's fixed. So now it's just clean up, sandblast, paint, and we're back on the road with Charles Crawl.